Wanda, did I hear something about you and the NSA?
Yes.
Tell me about that. National Security Agency?
National Security Agency, yes, the one.
Yeah, so Wanda Sykes, National Security Agency?
That's crazy talk.
On the same page?
I know. Now you understand why our government is in such the shape it's in right now.
Yes.
Well, I grew up in the Maryland, D.C. area. My father, he's a retired colonel in the Army, and he was stationed at Fort Meade, the Pentagon. And when you grow up in that area, you somehow end up working for the government one way or the other.
Yes.
And so when I graduated college, back home, and those were the opportunities that were there for me. So I said, okay, let me go ahead and fill out my forms and try to pass this drug test. And, and get a job at NSA, and it worked out. But it was bizarre. It was bizarre. And
what did you do? What was your job?
I bought stuff. Yeah, basically, and I hate shopping. So I bought things. I was a contracting specialist, and that's what I did.
And how long were you there?
I was there for 5 years.
That's a long time.
Yes.
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 But you were funny.
Yes.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
because
I made my coworkers laugh, and yeah.
that's in the DNA.
Mm-hmm.
And that,
Can't change that, right?
Yeah, right.
Right.
So did you, while you were in the NSA or around, or even after that time, did you step on stage anywhere?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
So you
Yes.
went to a club
At night,
at
right?
night. In Washington and New York?
Washington.
In Washington.
In Washington.
Right. And so how was the first time you were on stage? What was that like?
First time on stage, it was the best. It was a talent show that a radio station was sponsoring. They had comedy as a category. I went down, auditioned for it. They said, great, you're on the show. I'm like, okay, cool. And I went on stage, did my set, big laughs, big laughs. I didn't win, but I knew the moment I got that first laugh, like, this is my thing. This is what I'm supposed. This is what I do.
This is what you do.
Yeah. So it was great, and the local comedian who was emceeing, Andy Evans, he became my mentor. Because he was blown away. Like, where did you come from? Who are you? Well, I've never been to the clubs. It was like I just dropped out of nowhere and blowing people away. And so then I started going he showed me around to the comedy clubs. That's where I met Dave Chappelle. Dave was such a kid, like 16 at the time. And we became, good friends. Although I think he was using me because when his mother couldn't make it to the club, he told people that I was his aunt. So, because he had to have an adult with him to stay in the club. Yeah.
Wow.
So he would go, hey, Aunt Wanda. And I'm like, what's this Aunt Wanda stuff about? And I go, oh, okay. All right. No problem.
And was he like good right away?
He was good right away.
To even want it that young is pretty amazing.
Yes.
To get on stage
Yes.
at 17 or whatever
Yes.
it was. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's interesting. So where did it break? When did it break from there into something?
When I was able to become a middle act, when I became the feature,
Right.
that's when I said, oh, you know what? I just need to book like 3 weekends. If I get 3 of the weekends and then maybe some one-nighters, in between there, I could take care of myself. I can make a living doing this. I said, and then as you grow and meet more bookers, then you can be working, might make it up the headliner. You can work the country. This is great, and that's all I saw. I wasn't thinking this.
Right. You're just thinking the next thing.
The next one. Yeah.
The next one.
The next one.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I can become a working comedian,
Yes.
that's it.
That's
great.
the best way to approach it.
Right.
And then whatever it becomes, you're there for it.
Yeah. You're just equally. Over the moon. It's
Yeah.
like, wow.
I think white people commit more crimes than black people. I know what y'all think. Say, Wanda, on the news. Yeah, I know. You see a lot of black people getting arrested. But people behind bars, that does not represent who commits crimes. People behind bars represents who got caught. We always get caught. Because they just waiting for us to fuck up, you know. Racial profiling. It's alive and well, and we all do it. Even black people do it. That's how ingrained it is. Black people, we see a black man running down the street, we're like, what the hell did he just do? It just makes us all look bad. Run, brother, run, run. We see a white man running down the street, we're like, oh, he must be late. He could be wearing a ski mask, have a big bag of money, and a gun. We still like, oh, I guess he's trying to make it to the bank before it closes. Ooh, that's a big deposit. Look at that.
So we know you from Cheers. That's the first up. What was the first? Tell me about the first television one.
I did a couple of movies. I did Body Heat and The Onion Field, and I think Body Heat started getting me auditions.
Oh, you were great in Body Heat.
Yeah.
You did that dance where you like
Right, the
you did
Fred Astaire,
Fred
like,
Astaire dancing
character.
thing, right?
Right. And then I went on the Paramount lot and did a guest starring on Taxi. And Jimmy Burrows was directing that. And then Jimmy and Les and Glenn, who created Cheers, were on the lot trying to put Cheers together. And so I was brought in probably because Jimmy remembered me from an audition that I was part of.
Sam, that woman over there is a dear friend of mine. Now, she is going through a very difficult period. So whatever she asks you, please, just say no.
What?
No.
Diane,
Yes?
would you excuse us a moment?
Fine.
Would you object to joining me in my hotel room for an afternoon of wild animal passion?
No! What's your name?
Does it matter?
No!
And so that was a revelation, right? And the way in which you all worked together and all that, was that easy to get into?
You know, we were all so excited and thrilled to be part of it. We were all young enough to not know really how lucky we were. And the writing was just so good that we were spoiled beyond belief. I think we all thought, well, this is what happens when you do television. You do a Cheers.
Right.
You know, you didn't realize how astounding, you know, we were.
When did you realize that it was different than that?
Oh, a couple decades later, when I was knocking on doors.
So,
you know,
so take me back a little bit. Where are you from?
mostly Flagstaff, Arizona.
Yes, Arizona.
Father was an archaeologist, anthropologist, teacher, professor at the university in Tucson, then got a job being the director of the Museum of Natural History in Northern Arizona.
Oh my God, what pressure on you?
I know, right, but I ducked very successfully. But I got to play in the archaeological digs and find skulls and bones at age 6, 7, 8, ride horseback all over the place with my Hopi and Navajo friends. I mean, I had the most ideal growing up as a kid.
Wow.
Yeah, until you hit 15 and want a car and girls.
Yes.
Then it sucked.
Then you go out of town. Yes, right. You're finished with the sort of the natural life.
Yes.
Right. But movies, show business, that was the farthest thing away.
Farthest.
Right.
Going to see a John Wayne movie with my Hopi and Navajo friends was very confusing. As the cavalry came over and beat the shit out of the Indians, we're both going, ooh, sorry. I don't know what to say.
So did you have like a feeling for theater or for plays or did that come up at all? Like?
No, but I was read to nonstop. When I was little, I was read to. We had no television.
And radio, you listened to the radio.
I did. Here's a pathetic scene for you.
Yes.
I listened to The Lone Ranger,
Yes.
and I'm 6, maybe 7, at my ironing board, ironing my little blue scarf, because the Lone Ranger had a perfectly flat blue scarf tied to the side. So before I go up and play the Lone Ranger, I would iron my scarf. I bet he did too, but nevertheless. That's pathetic, but that's me.
Yeah, well, that starts to sort of lean towards the theater in some
Yes.
way. Absolutely. That you cared about the scarf.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you wrote with Chris Rock on that show. That was a great show. Great show.
I mean, Jeff Stilson, Louis C.K.,
Yeah,
Lance
Jeff
Crowder.
Stilson.
We had,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, great
just
writers,
power,
great
yeah.
comedy people.
And that was my first real writing gig, and to develop there and work with these guys, that was just, like I always tell Chris, that was my biggest break, and I learned so much, and I owe him so much. I will never pay him.
No, doesn't deserve that.
Didn't deserve that.
Yeah, right.
You know. But yeah, like from there, I learned everything about TV because we started putting ourselves in front of the camera, and it was mainly because it was cheaper. Yeah, it's like
She's already writing for us.
Yeah, or if we have a crew there that's shooting another piece, they wrap early. Anybody who has something? Who has something? I got this piece. Okay, you don't have time to cast. Okay, Chuck, Stilson, go. You're gonna do this thing, and Wanda, you'll be in this part. We're like, okay, all right. So it was basically just kind of stumbled in front of the camera too.
Yeah, by fire. You're
Right.
there for the first time.
Right.
You just have to
Right.
make it work. Do you remember the first piece that you did that you connected with an audience that you thought, oh, wait, I might be onto something?
I think it was because I became known as the crazy lady from the Chris Rock show. It was like, oh, you're that crazy lady from the Chris Rock show, and it was always I was the fake guest.
Yeah.
I remember the whole Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky scandal was going on, and I came on as a secretary, one of the secretaries for the president, and I came on and I said that the president is racist. And they were like, the president was like, well, why would you say that the president is racist? I was like, because I've been sitting at that desk for the last, 3 years, and he walks right by me and hasn't touched me once. It was just, it was like, and I was naming all the other black women who were around him, and nothing,
Yeah.
And when he won't even spill coffee on me, and he's just throwing himself all over, these white girls, And so it was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's good. It has your boldness to
Right,
it.
right.
Right. You know exactly how far you could go and push it to the edge and
Yes.
still.
Yeah, I know how far I can go, but then I'm going to go a little. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You want- maybe I can go that far.
Too much.
Yeah.
Too much. Okay. All right.
How did you enjoy working with Larry? I mean, it's a loaded question. I know you did.
Love working with him. Love working with him. But it's probably one of the most stressful gigs that I've ever done.
Tell me why.
Well, because you don't know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
All you get is your agent saying, hey, they're shooting an episode of Curb. They want you to do it. Do what? I don't know. We don't have a story. We don't know. Do you want to do it? Well, of course I want to do it, but I like to know what the scene is about. Let me think about it. But you don't get anything until you arrive on set. And if you're lucky, one of the makeup people will kind of
Give you
fill
the
in,
story.
give you a little story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, just to help you out a little bit. But other than that, you're just.
But it's a great technique because when he hires you, he knows that you can give him dialogue that's better than what he could write by just putting you in the situation. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that because I always felt cheated.
Because you could have come up with another line. Or
Yes.
Another thing
Yes.
because
Yes.
there wasn't enough time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, hey, if he's happy, he keeps calling.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, he's-
Fine. I just think it's lazy.
Let me ask you a question. Is it wrong to assume that a black man wearing a bow tie is a Muslim?
Why are you asking me some bullshit like that? What the fuck, Larry? I'm not your link into the black world, okay? So stop asking me shit about black people and stuff, all right?
Okay, but let me ask you this. Have you ever seen a black man wearing a bow tie who's not a Muslim?
Who gives a fuck?
It's just something you may have observed. Have you observed?
Larry, I don't
Have you
know
ever
what-
observed a black man
Larry, I don't
who's not a Muslim wearing a bow tie? That's all.
think Farrakhan went out and bought up all the bow ties or something. He's sitting there holding all the bow ties and only Muslims get them. What the fuck, Larry? No, I don't know.
Fair enough. Good answer. I don't know. I totally accept it.
So we did Curb Your Enthusiasm, and
Yes,
you
we
and
did.
Mary came on, and like everyone doing that show, and that was very early on. That
Yeah.
was like the third show or a second show, maybe.
Right.
People were terrified of no script,
Yeah.
and you guys were too. Everyone was.
I don't think I was. I was.
Oh.
I had burned out. I knew I wasn't funny anymore. I knew I couldn't do 3 jokes to a page. I was so relieved.
Yeah.
And I sorry to contradict you.
No.
But it became obvious that your job on that show is to corner Larry and push him farther and farther into the
Yes.
corner so that he explodes into more Larry.
Yeah.
And that was fun. And that's when we go out to dinner, that's what you do at dinner with
Yes.
him too. You find some way to poke him, because he's also very generous with his laughter.
Yes, he
He's
is.
one of those
big.
stand-up comics who will
Yeah.
give you his laugh. A lot won't.
Yes.
I'm funny.
Yes. No,
but-
he loves to
Yeah.
laugh and
Yeah.
all of that. And sometimes he doesn't. If he doesn't laugh and you're very funny, it's because he wasn't listening to you in the first place.
he was trying to figure out how to get out of the rest of the
Yes,
evening.
Exactly.
We went out to dinner once. A group, 3 or 4 guys were going to meet in Martha's Vineyard for dinner, and Larry was in. Great, we all show up. We're punctual. We are on time. Larry is sitting at the table halfway through his entree because he's decided to change his plans and he's going to go out. Without any kind of shame, guilt,
No.
something could be wrong about my behavior.
No.
He has not an ounce of that.
No.
I admire that
Yeah.
so much.
And he's secure in his decision making as well.
Yes, yes.
He's just also a very good friend.
Yeah. Oh, I adore him. Mary once said of him, if I were ever in real trouble, you'd be one of the first people I would call. It meant so much to him. But he is that weird combination of
Yes.
you have no idea whether he will show up,
Yes.
but he also has the biggest heart.
Yes.
You know.
Wanda, Carol Leifer was here, and it's ironic that you're both here the same day because you do have a similar story.
Very familiar.
Yeah.
Yes. And
What's your version of that story?
my version, it kind of mirrors, Carol's story, where, you're dating a bunch of guys. I went as far even to get, I got married, and it just didn't feel right. It was like in relationships with guys, I could get to a certain point, but then it was like, if you just disappeared right now, I think I'd be okay. and that's a problem, like if you can really feel that way about someone, like if I never saw you again, wouldn't bother me. I'd get over it. I think I'd get over it, immediately, by lunch. If you disappeared by breakfast, I'd be having a drink at lunch and enjoying myself. So I knew that, there was some type of a disconnect.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until after I got divorced that I thought about it, and I looked around. I was like, wow, she's cute. Boy, she's kind of hot. Huh. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. I'm gay. I forgot about that. So, and then everything just kind of made sense to me. And I think, as far as my career, doing stand-up, and which is male-dominated, I fit in so well and developed such great relationships with with the other comics.
Yeah.
Because maybe they saw something, or they knew that it was different. Like, Wanda's just one of the guys. It was a mutual respect. It wasn't, Wanda, I'm going to laugh at her jokes because she's got a nice set of tits. It wasn't that. It was, it was genuine.
Genuine, and that's very, very hard to get.
Right.
To be accepted by, especially guys who are not ready for it, and so that's a sort of high honor in a way, really.
Right.
A comedy honor.
Right. So, and it's weird when you look at it. The women who are really funny end up being lesbians. I don't know, and I don't know if it's because of that connection with the community, with the comedy community, that that helped.
Yeah.
But I look around, I go, okay, Ellen, Carol, myself. So all these women, I go, there is something about it, and I'm pretty sure that I don't. It's like this, when I see a funny comic, a female comic who's like really funny, I go, yeah, she's gonna be gay. She might not know it yet, but she's one of us. Like, I'm gonna give Amy Schumer 2 more years, and then she's gonna come out. Yep.
That's hilarious. No, another thing that you did, Ted, that one of my favorite shows ever was Bored to Death.
Me too.
That was a great show.
Yeah.
Zach
Jonathan
Galifianakis.
Sorry.
And Jonathan Ames is the writer, showrunner.
Jason Schwartzman,
Jason
Zach
Sch- yeah.
Galifianakis.
Yeah. Zach told me when I interviewed him for last season's show, he said, the thing about Ted is, God, he's so much fun. We just never left him alone. We would tease him unrelentingly.
Right before a take, he'd come up and go, smell my jacket, and he'd go, I smell mothballs. you have a little bit of that, what is it, Fixodent. You have a little Fixodent right here on the corner of your mouth. Action.
Yeah, right. He just said that you were the pleasure for them doing that show.
So much fun.
Yeah.
Let's start with Jason. Jason Schwartzman, Rushmore.
Yes.
One of my favorite films.
Yes.
And it was I believe, his first film.
Yeah.
But his style of funny, I just love watching
Hardly
him.
commenting at all.
Yes,
Right.
but so unique and different and quirky, and what world are you in?
Yeah.
He's in a Wes Anderson world, is what he
Yes.
is, at all times.
Yeah.
And then Zach is this incredibly funny comedian who's an amazing actor. Really, really good actor.
Yes.
Now, I had the best time, and it was perfect for my time in life, because I had, 60 then? I think I just turned 60, so I was of the age of, I still want to be relevant. I still want to play.
I want to be cool.
Yeah. Oh, I want to do that. What are you doing? I want to do that. Don't leave me out, young people. Don't leave me out. And that was my character. Oh, you're having an enema. I want one. I want one.
So please don't tell me you're going to direct now.
No, swear to God, way too. Mary has made me promise never to direct.
Yes.
She used to think, oh, you're just being something by saying you don't want to direct.
Yeah.
Now, after me running lines with her and been around me enough, she goes, don't ever direct.
Why does she say
Because I don't give notes that are supportive and boost someone into this exciting place. I go, basically, that's really bad acting. Not bad moment. Not try something different. Just no. It's horrible. My eye goes to. I don't know if it's partly. You know what it is? It's my damn scientist parents.
Yes.
That peer review thing. You see what's wrong.
Yes.
Your eye goes to what's not right.
Yes.
And you fixate on what's not right.
Yeah. And you need the facts. You need.
Yeah.
They were all about those kind of facts.
No directing.
I've always loved you. I still do.
Thanks. You too.
Thank you so much.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I've waited for this interview. I've loved your work for so long.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so happy it worked out.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, I've been wanting to sit down with you for a while.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Good.
Okay.